Hello, welcome back. Today I would like to talk about the ATEM Mini Pro and some things maybe you should take into consideration as you're looking at purchasing this equipment right here, or which model to get. Very nice piece of equipment. I personally got it to sort of streamline the video making process and not have to do quite as much editing. As soon as I got it set up, there were some things that kind of came to mind, and if I had known ahead of time, I could have done things a little bit differently. First thing that came to my attention was camera compatibility. Two of the cameras that I purchased to get set up and start doing this don't have clean output if you try plugging them into the ATEM Mini. They both, if you plug them into a computer, you can from the computer control the output and make it look like a webcam, but you don't have the option of talking to the cameras through the ATEM or the software control that couples with the ATEM Mini. So like one of the cameras, if you plug it into the USB on a computer, it pops up a little dialog box and you've got to say, I just want to talk to the SD card here, or no, I want to use you as a webcam. And you have to make a selection there with your mouse or your touch screen or what have you. But you can't do that with the ATEM environment. And I did try a few things. I tried both the HDMI outputs of the cameras. One camera would only operate as an SD card reader to an HDMI output. So anything that I had previously recorded, I could play back from the camera control to, say, a TV or even one of the inputs, but it had to be pre-recorded. I couldn't access the actual camera through the HDMI, and neither one would give me any sort of clean output. No date stamp, no focus brackets, no battery readout or record blink up in the corner, those kinds of things. I couldn't get a clean output like I'm getting with this camera or this camera. So I tried numerous ways. I tried different types of cables with adapters. I tried a straight adapter cable that just adapts from micro USB to HDMI. Couldn't even get a signal that way. I tried a powered adapter, basically was the same thing but had a little bit more circuitry in it and wasn't just straight cables, and didn't get any results. So the methods I tried didn't really work out. So I don't have as many cameras at my disposal as my wallet thinks I did. Another thing to consider is that you can only record from the ATEM Blackmagic environment via the USB output of the ATEM Mini Pro. You can't record via Ethernet even with the software. ATEM control, software control, it doesn't even see the computer's hard drive or my NAS. They just don't exist as far as the recordability. So you need to use a third party program such as OBS or something along those lines in order to record your output, or a HDMI capture card using the HDMI output. My setup, I use the HDMI output of the ATEM Mini Pro to go to a display monitor that I have right underneath my main camera, and then the USB output is going into the computer, and then I'm using OBS to record that. The Ethernet connection is only used for controlling and adding things like the little bird I've got down here in the corner, which is all controlled through the software unless you just want to capture a still or fade to black. It's a great device. It does help me do my videos a lot faster. I don't have to spend quite as much time doing the editing. You know, there's some things to be aware of. There are 3 different models currently. The ATEM Mini, which if you strictly edit everything, that's probably what you need. If saving a little bit of money is important, then that's probably just fine for you. Although if the money isn't as much of a concern, the Pro, which I got, does have some extra features. I can and I'll have to edit in a picture I took earlier. I can look at all 4 cameras at the same time, as well as preview, program, the media page, which is the bird in the corner, my record time and how much data I've used, an audio readout that all show up on that. ATEM Mini Pro ISO, which does isolated recording. It basically just adds that feature. It records direct each camera individually, as well as whatever your output is. I assume under the same limitations as the Pro. So in order to record, you still have to plug it into a hard drive through the USB, or use an HDMI capture card with the HDMI out. I believe there's a workaround on the USB concerns, but I couldn't find the one that I had seen, and I haven't been able to try it. So there's my quick little review. It's a great little device. You know, I think Blackmagic is trying to expand their market share into the streaming market and the small video maker market, such as, you know, YouTube and similar, and Twitch and similar platforms. I think the device would be a little bit better if it had some USB inputs, so I could maybe I have a decent webcam that I could plug straight into the device rather than HDMI. I do have some cables and things on their way to try and do a webcam into it. We'll see how that works out. I'll post an update on that down the road when those parts and pieces and candlestick makers arrive. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you happen to like it, hit the little like button. If you want to see more content like this, or even extremely different than this, subscribe and maybe leave a comment down below, and I do read those, so I'd like to know what you think. As always, don't forget to call someone that you care about and let them know what they mean to you. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time.